How's it going, YouTube? This is Wake Run Collapse, and welcome to another installment in my Countdown Sunday series. Every few weeks, I'd like to take a step back from the cards and the sets that I analyze so frequently and talk about something more YouTube-centric. From time to time, I'll be discussing issues that affect content creators and the PokeTubing community in general. Today, as you can tell from the title of the video, I want to talk about the top 5 reasons YouTube will not make you rich. As per the usual, these are my opinions. You are more than welcome to agree or disagree as long as you do so respectfully. That's why I like reading through the comment section. My thoughts may change as time passes, but as of right now, this video is an accurate reflection of my views on this topic. Because this isn't really an itemized list, we're actually going to be counting from 1 to 5 in this video rather than from 5 down to 1. I know, it's so weird. We're all just going to have to take this monumental shakeup in stride. Now, the first reason why YouTube will not make you rich is because of the cost of collecting. Whether you collect English or Japanese cards, pursuing a complete or even semi-complete collection is expensive. If you plan on playing competitively, the price climbs even higher. In order to produce enough content to bring an appreciable amount of viewers to your channel, you have to be willing to shell out a significant amount of money for booster packs, or in most cases, booster boxes. Now, of course, you can't compare the ad revenue of a booster box sent to 50 subscribers and a booster box sent to 50,000 subscribers. It's just not a fair fight. Which brings me to my second point. Developing a channel that people will flock to takes a long time. You have to put in serious effort to make content that a wide array of viewers will enjoy. But even if you work your butt off and do everything right, it is very rare to find an audience overnight. Now, most YouTubers who are lucky enough to have a video reach extra high heights, not even a viral video, let's just call it like an overachieving video, they have a built-in audience that got the ball rolling, and those people responded to the video's presence in the first place. If you were to drop a monetized booster box opening on an empty channel, you know what would happen? Nothing. I mean, maybe you'll snag a few subscribers the old-fashioned way, but your 22 monetized views aren't going to pay for the BMW you're dreaming about. Which, fancy enough, brings me to my third point. See a pattern here? Ad revenue on YouTube can be very overvalued by non-creators. And even when outsiders have hard information about monetized earnings, the best examples tend to be glorified. Here's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. My most popular video on YouTube has about 700,000 views. How that ever happened, I'm honestly not sure. Now, that video has netted me about $1,500 in ad revenue. In comparison to the cost of the box, that's pretty amazing. And that's what people tend to focus on. In reality, the situation is quite different. If I'm lucky, the first box of a booster case opening for a brand new set will get about 7,000 views in its lifetime, with the subsequent booster boxes receiving much less support. So that means that big moneymaker booster box is actually only getting me about 15 bucks. And really, it's probably a bit less than that, because the highly popular first couple of days provide a lower earning rate. And then you still have to claim that money as income and pay taxes on it. And to go back on my second point, that small amount of cash is only possible because I've got a subscriber base after 3 years of making videos. Now, suddenly, those ads running in front of my openings don't seem so lucrative after all. Number 4 on this list might actually piss some people off, but it really, truly, desperately needs to be said by somebody. What are you bringing to the community that people can't already get somewhere else? It's tough love to be sure, but it bears repeating. What reason do viewers have to watch your content instead of spending their time watching someone else? There is very little that hasn't been done already. I mean, I like watching booster box battles and random pack openings and complete sets, and I'm sure your videos are pretty good. But all that stuff is already in my sub box, made by people who are established in the community and provide consistently high quality content for me to enjoy. If you're doing all the same stuff as the upper echelon of PokeTubing, I truthfully have no reason to subscribe to you. It's really hard to break out in a world where everyone can take video on their smartphone and everybody wants to be the next unlisted leaf. And unless your content is super high quality and your personality takes it to an even higher level, you will never be the next unlisted leaf. You just have to face facts. Now I'm going to add like an aside to supplement what I'm talking about in this section and how it pertains to me specifically. As some of you may know, I sent a sealed booster box FCBM of Rising Fist to Primetime Pokemon early last year, both to celebrate his passing of 100,000 subscribers at the time and to help spread the awesomeness of Japanese cards to new members of the community. In these two goals, I succeeded. However, I failed to see the consequence of the rising popularity of Japanese openings. It encouraged lots of the bigger PokeTubers to do them as a way of supplementing their content in the English off-season. It's just the way the set dates seem to offset one another between English and Japanese. And for the casual YouTube viewer, if they can get all the necessary content from just a couple of Pokemon channels, they have far less incentive to seek out a more specialized channel like mine, especially if they gain nothing from the extra unboxings I do. Now, I certainly won't claim that I am solely responsible. That's a ridiculous statement, as the cards speak for themselves, and I wouldn't take my actions back if I had the chance. I just wish I hadn't been so complacent with my channel growth, especially now that my subscriber needle barely budges these days. Now, my fifth, final, and most important point is this: you should never set out to create a channel that makes you a millionaire or 100,000-aire or even a 10,000-aire. Some people walk onto the YouTube scene and create tailored content that is designed to be their career and make them money. You are not one of those people. If you were, you wouldn't be watching this. You should create content that makes you happy and makes you feel like you're a part of something bigger. That's what I did. If the money follows in any capacity, then that's great. It's nice to have a monetary incentive to keep making videos that people like. And of course, there are plenty of ways to add to your YouTube earnings. Or if you're into the TCG, reduce your costs. For instance, I sell cards. And lots of other people sell cards too, or they make merchandise, or provide Patreon perks to those who choose to donate. And I don't know of a single PokeTuber, even the ones with their logos on t-shirts, who started making videos so they could roll around in $100 bills and feed the golden Magikarps in their fish tanks. They made videos because they love Pokemon, but they found great success and turned it into a business after the fact. If you dive headfirst into this community to make cash by the fistful, you will either lose sight of the big picture, fail, or both. Probably both. Just be like P-Dollar and do it for the love. So that's my list. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this subject, so feel free to jump into the comments and share your opinions. Remember that we're all human beings and deserve respect, even if we disagree with one another. If you like this video, bump that little thumbs up button. If you really like this video and want to see a swath of Japanese TCG content, I hope you'll consider subscribing. But no matter what you do, you made it this far. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you again in a future video.